Today I'm on the brand new Elizabeth line. I'm heading to Hayes and Harlington, where I'm going to be meeting my client and giving their little garden a festive makeover. My client today is Barratt Homes, and I'm at one of their brand new developments called Hayes Village. Now, I've been set the challenge of making this small space be a little bit more festive with a small budget. So I have a budget of £750 and it's going to be my job to make this garden a little bit more festive. Cha, I have got my work cut out for me. But before I get started, I need a plan. So let me take you back in time and share with you part of that process. So originally we were supposed to be doing a balcony garden, but I just got an image through of the space that I'm going to be working with, and it appears to be a ground level garden, and we now have a £750 budget, which we didn't have originally. Things change, there are moving parts in everything, in every project. So I'm having to go back to the drawing board and just figure out how I'm going to approach this. We've got a week to go and I haven't yet seen I haven't yet seen the space, which is always concerning because for me as a designer, I have to kind of physically see things, and then once I see it, then the inspiration comes. So I've put together a mood board of what I think is going to work. I've sent it off to the client's happy. When I work for a client, I make a little pack and I go through a whole ton of different things. Now the brief for this garden is festive, but there's also quite a bit going on in the garden from what I can see from the images. So what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to concentrate on the patio area. We only have a small budget, and for this garden in particular, the aim is to make the garden festive, but also to create social media content for the client. So Child, why am I flicking my bonnet like it's my weave? Man, this video is like old times. Anyway, moving on. Because not only do I have to create a great garden, but I also have to create visual moments for social media that, you know me, is going to be real, that you guys can use at home. So, yeah. After viewing the garden, I realised there's quite a bit going on. It's already planted, and what I need to do is kind of enhance what's already here. I want the planting to be low maintenance and easily accessible for you guys, and to give residents here at the development some great ideas. I decided to take a walk around the development and see just what's going on here, and I was pleasantly surprised. They've built over 1,500 solar panels across the development. They'll be planting just over 3,500 shrubs all around the development, and not just the boring kind. It was tremendous to see that even during winter there was still some pollinating flowers for insects. There are also over 340 electric charging points for electric vehicles. This site used to be the Nestle factory, and you can see the architecture still laced throughout the development. Along with all of these fantastic amenities, there's also 9 acres worth of green space, as well as access to the brand new Elizabeth line. They've even built a children's play area. Complete with an outdoor gym too. What's really encouraging is seeing the amount of people already using their balconies and their roof terraces. it's really amazing to see that people have really picked up on the idea of maximizing on their small spaces, and the level of work that Barratt has put into making this whole estate feel a little bit more biodiverse. Okay, so I've made it to a local garden centre. It's called Ansell Garden Center. Never been here before, didn't know what to expect, but it's way bigger than I thought. So I need to get myself some flowers for the containers and some Christmas decorations to really give this garden a Christmassy feel. So without further ado, let's see what I can find. So cheap. The Christmas decorations at Ansell Garden Center were fantastic. But I have to keep in mind that I have a budget, there's no power outside on this garden, but also that I'm creating this garden for the client. So I've got to straddle that line of being festive but not tacky. The selection on offer was tremendous, and I have to say, I want to give Ansell Garden Center absolute credit for this. One of my pet peeves of going to a garden center is when the team is not trained and has no real interest in gardening. Every single member of the team who I interacted with here at Ansell Garden Center knew their stuff. They knew how to plant, they knew everything about the plants, and it just made for such a wholesome experience. If you live in northwest London, you definitely have to come and visit, for sure. Winter's obviously a great time to get some of those evergreen plants into your containers. But with this garden, there is quite a lot of evergreen planting in there already. So I think I'm going to make the containers really about bringing the colour, as the garden is pretty green. So we want some vibrant colour in there just to break things up a little bit. There's quite an extensive range of containers and pots here, and again, that is going to be a struggle because there's not a lot of space in this garden to fit some of these pots in, but child, where there's a will, there's a way. After all this shopping, I really worked up an appetite, and luckily there was a wonderful cafe on site, and child, look at this breakfast. I think the only thing that upset me was I'm at work, so no Prosecco for me. I took a bit of time just to go over my mood board and make sure I had the right items, and child, not me having 2 trolleys. Luckily, they deliver. Well, a massive thank you to Ansell Garden Center. A couple of things accidentally fell into the trolley, but I can guarantee you I am still under budget, so I have £700 to do this whole garden. OGs to the channel, you know that this is going to be a struggle for me because you know how, sometimes things accidentally fall into the basket. But this time I am on it. I'm sure I can make this budget. As the deliveries arrived, I started potting up, and I was filmed all the way through by the Barratt's videography team. I had just under 3 hours of sunlight to turn this boring blank space into something a little bit more colourful and festive. I came in under budget at £617. The planting in the containers match the furnishing, and both come together so nicely. It's such a cozy space. Imagine being out here with a cup of hot chocolate and a good book. This garden is big enough to have a potted Christmas tree. No need to buy one every year. All of the lights on the garden are battery operated and on timers. And if we follow the decorations and the lights down to the very end of the garden, we'll get to my favourite container. I absolutely love the idea of using battery powered lights in the container as well. In every single one of my containers, I use Dalefoot compost, which is a peat-free compost made using sheep's wool. If you want to see more of this, let me know, because I'll do a video showing you how to use this product. Just recently, I've been selected by the Greater Manchester Combined Authority as one of Manchester's local nature champions. It's really important to me to help try to connect people back to nature, whether that is using a small space garden, a community garden, or walk through nature, or reaching out to developers and seeing what they are doing to help improve biodiversity and sustainability in their development. Thank you for hanging out with me at work this week. It's been kind of cool. I think you're probably going to get a few more of this type of video from me over the next couple of years as I show you what I'm doing and how I'm working with developers, local authorities and communities. Anyway, hopefully I will see you all again in the next video. See ya! Bye!